Okay, so when I was on stage with MC Lars, I didn't hold the mic close enough to me because I held it more in a singing position than a vocal position, so you can't really hear me in the video of it. Plus, people were singing along and stuff. So, thought I'd give it a go and just doing it off the bat for anyone that wants to hear it. So, here's my cover of Mr. Raven by MC Lars.
We got EAP in the house tonight. Edgar Allan Poe, America's favorite anti-transcendentalist. We're taking this back, way back, 19th century style.
Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, open my grill like nevermore. Kick it once upon a midnight dreary. While I kicked it weak and weary, dark and cold just like Lake Erie. Brand new sample, someone clear me. While I nodded, nearly napping suddenly. There came a tapping up like what this thunder clapping in my brain like graphic happening. Stepping me, I put down mood. Self on mute like Paris Hilton. Open window halfway built. Times are changing like Bob Dylan. 20-pound bird, black ass could be cold, feet cold, eyes aim straight at me. Grim face, grim status, carnivore. Quote that raven nevermore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, open my grill like nevermore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, all up in my grill like nevermore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, all up in my grill like nevermore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, all up in my grill like nevermore. I'm Miss Lenore, my Annabelle Lee, taken by angels from me, alone with books. Hey, that's me, harbinger of death, visiting me. Can I help you, evil prophet? If you got a problem, look, I'll solve it. You check my hook, DJ revolved it, perch on palace, jealous, dropped it. Tell me, sir, please, if you can, am I a good or evil man? What can I say, what can I do? When will I be rid of you? Nevermore, coffee at me, hating on this fresh MC, satanic raven, leap, shake, leap, killing me softly like the Fugees. Now I feel worse, my verse is terse, joy in verse, just like red dust. Call a nurse, disperse my thirst, put this process in reverse. Wish I'd had some warning first. MC Lars, 88 Hertz. Now I'll never be slug or mers under that black raven's curse.
Raven's eyes still have the seeming of a demon that is dreaming. Lamplight over him still streaming. Hear me screaming, hear me screaming.
My soul still floats there on that floor, and shall be lifted nevermore. Afflicted, calm like Michael Moore. Canonized PCOS folklore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, all up in my grill like nevermore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, all up in my grill like nevermore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, all up in my grill like nevermore. Who's that? Who's that rapping? Who's that rapping at my chamber door? Mr. Raven, all up in my grill like nevermore. Whose house? Raven's house. 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 Who's that?